Hi everyone, Rosalinda Serna here from traditionalmom.net, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys on Valentine's Day to share a little bit on how my husband and I met and how he's worked out everything in our lives. So again, this is my husband.
Omar Serna, how you guys doing?
And hopefully this video will help inspire you, those of you that are looking to date and begin a courtship. My husband and I feel like we have a beautiful testimony on how God brought us together, and I'd like him to start. Omar, so where were you in life when I met you?
I guess it all starts a while before we met. A few years before we met, I was in a place where my life wasn't going the right direction that God wanted to, and I made some mistakes. At probably like about a year before I met you, my life started getting better with God. Started seeking God with all my heart, and one of the things that I remember asking God, even though I was young, not that I wanted to get married at that time, because I was 18. It's not that I wanted to get married at that time, but there was something that God was moving inside of me, and I remember asking God, I want a girlfriend. I want somebody that can help me in life. Mm-hmm. I want somebody that can help me, in the walk with God. And I remember that prayer. I asked several brothers to give me their advice, and they pray for me and everything. And then I also remember two of my brothers in church that were teachers at that time, from the mentors from the Sunday school, and the testimony that they gave, that they prayed to God for their wives, and I saw them, how happy they were. So I remember that, and I said, I want to do that. So I prayed to God and said, God, you know what, give me somebody that can help me. And like I said, not that I wanted to get married at that time, not that I was looking for a wife, but I wanted somebody that can help me out for the future. So after that, maybe it had passed like a year or so. All of a sudden, I was playing the drums, because I'm a drummer, right? So I was playing the drums there, and then all of a sudden, the back door from the church opens, and then you walk in.
Yes, and it's so amazing to hear him speak of this, because at the same time that he was going through this, I was going through my own things. And also, I've always, since I got baptized, began to pray for my future husband. As he said, I wasn't looking for a husband, but I did always want God to always make sure that I was always taking steps in the direction of Christ, and that would always draw me near to Christ, and that whoever was to come in on this journey was with me, was to also help lead me to Christ. And so I got baptized when I was almost 15 years old, and I came to know Christ at that time. And since then I began to pray for my future and pray for my future husband, and for God to give me eyes to see spiritually and qualities that I needed for him to possess to help me draw near to Christ. And so when I met my husband, I had just came down from Ohio into Texas, and I remember meeting him for the first time. I was a little bit shy, and just generally seeing what a great guy he was, someone who loved the Lord, loved his family, and seeing qualities in him that I remember thinking, okay, this is someone who I think will be of blessing to my life.
So one of the things that I remember asking God and praying, that I wanted certain things, some certain requests how I wanted my girlfriend or my future wife at that time. And I remember, you know, saying, who am I gonna marry? I don't like anybody here at church, or I don't like anybody here around the cities or whatever. Like, who am I gonna marry? You know, and you know that's when you came in, and like I said, it all happened. Like I just knew it. I just knew that God answered me at that time when you open the doors and you walk in, and everything just muted, and the light was just on you, like you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was playing the drums, so I probably skipped a beat or something there. But I just knew that you were the person that God was that I was praying for, you know. So it's very important. It's very important that you ask God,
Right.
for your future husband or wife, you know. Not saying that you're gonna get married. You might be in an early age or something. I'm not saying that, but you need to ask God, is this the right person for me? Do I see myself marrying him or her? Not just because of the looks, not just because of how you feel that moment, but
Right.
see, later on in life, yeah, we were married already, and I remember this friend of mine asked me, this is when we were already married. He asked me, "Hey Omar, I don't know how you do it. Like, this is him talking, you know. He was saying, I can't see myself with one woman for the rest of my life and everything. Like, I can't see it, you know." And the reason he couldn't see it is because he wasn't looking in the right places, and he wasn't asking God for it. But
That's why he couldn't see himself with someone, right?
yeah, that's why you couldn't see yourself. So my advice to you is for you to pray and to ask God for it.
Right.
You know,
In this timing.
and you know, you might be already with somebody. You might have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You know, somebody out there might have somebody, but you know, you need to ask God: is it the right person?
Right.
Is he or she go to church for you, or is he going
to church
for God? Right. You know, or what if we're not together at that time? Is he gonna be the same person, or is she gonna be the same person?
Definitely.
You know, you want somebody that that's gonna help you grow in life and in God.
Amen.
That's the main reason you want somebody that's gonna help you, not to detain you in growing in God.
Definitely. And just to go back a little bit on what he was talking about earlier, when he was praying and in the process of searching for a wife, some of the things that he was asking God had to do more with spiritual virtues and less to do with physical virtues. And I feel like sometimes in the world or in our youth, we tend to be drawn to people because of their exterior beauty. And it's such a precaution for us in life to realize that, you know, we should be very cautious and very wary of when choosing someone. We're not doing it solely based on the way that they look on the outside, because sometimes, you know, their exterior might be flawless, but their interior is flawful, if that's a word. You know, so be cautious when you're asking God for your wife, and when you're searching for your wife, you're looking for things that come on the inside, or your husband. You're looking for things that you're going to be able to live with 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road. My husband and I will be celebrating our 17th year anniversary this year. We have been married for almost 17 years, and we do have 3 little ones. Thank God that we love very much, and we've been able to sustain this family and grow this family through the love that we both share for God. It began there. That was the root of it. The root of our love is truly found in Jesus. And so when you're searching for your significant other, realize that they're also searching with a like mind of honoring God and being pleasing to God.
Yeah. Read the story of Isaac, how he met his wife, and you'll see how God put everything together.
Right. The story of Isaac is a very beautiful story, and you know, if you look at within any story of any person that you can see within maybe ministries, you can see, wow, you can see how they love each other. You'll be able to find those things that kind of mirror each other's lives, where you see that they were first searching for God, and because they were searching for God, they were asking of God to be the one to provide who it is that He had designed for them. Because God, after all, is our creator, so He knows much more than we could ever know who He has designed for us. So ask God, no matter your age, begin asking God, you know, you're the one who sees into my future. You're the one who has designed this perfect plan for my life. Help me, Lord, to stay true to that path and put in my life people that are going to be a blessing to me, and that you can use us together for your honor and your glory. And that's pretty much what we have for you today. Just really want to encourage you guys today on this day of Valentine's Day to, if you're in a process of courtship, truly look inside of this person. Is this God who you have for me? Is this who you want for my life, or is it somebody that I want for my life? And it's a really hard question to make sometimes, but it's so vital that we do it, because it's truly going to be something that's reflected through our entire life, you know. So we need to be very cautious of that decision that we make.
Amen. Happy Valentine's, and hope that this video has been a blessing for you, that it can help you and guide you through Christ, not through us, but through Christ. Amen. In us. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you.
God bless you.